I had several colleagues who came to my office to do what amounted to be an intervention. And they said, "We don't know how it's transmitted. Why are you doing this? Do you have a death wish?" But I didn't. I had a knowing. And that's a word that mystics understand, and that it's not based on any external evidence, but you know with every core of your being that you're safe. And that's how I felt. But the hospital did not want me to run groups for AIDS patients in where other patients might be, because they didn't know it wasn't ethical for them to be able to do that. So I ran the groups out in the community, often at the home of AIDS patients. And it was a really tough time, because if I started a group with a dozen men in it, by the time 8 weeks have passed, probably half of them were hospitalized or had passed. So it was a difficult thing. But then, after a couple of years, we found indeed it was a virus, and it was passed through bodily fluids. And so it was safe to, um, you know, to be in the same place as an AIDS patient, as long as you weren't eating from their silverware or, you know, being sneezed at or whatever. So it was the worst of times. And yet I learned so much about the preciousness of life. Um, I learned so much about the importance of care and love and communication. And that was one of the difficulties with, a lot of these young men and older men were in the closet still. They had not told their families. And suddenly coming up with AIDS, the families would then find out. And then when the families would come, they would want to spend all their time, of course, with their child, at least in most cases. But there was, a lot of stories about whether the parents were accepting or not.